Well, if you haven't learned to love, you're wasting your time here.
Okay, my name is Timothy Williams. This is Andy. My family is scattered abroad here. My daughter Amethyst, my wife in the back who doesn't want me to point her out, my son Judah, and there's many more scattered abroad. I would love to spend the time and introduce all of y'all, but I want to encourage you, the people you see here right now are the people that seemingly always show up to help one another. Simply,
Timothy started this with a wagon and transporting food and made multiple trips. He just got as much as he could and ran it out of the motel. And then I showed up with an F-250. And so we were able, that's where it really took off, and we were able to get all the food that was available instead of just partial. Charlie showed up, and she got involved.
My dad's definitely smiling at me right now.
Then Camo put it all on social media, and we went from about a couple, maybe a dozen people, dozen and a half, to more than 40 coming at one time. And it has just expeditionally grown from there. She came up with the idea of putting signs on the table, and so I assisted her. It was probably one of the better choices of the day to label these tables and have everything put out. It saved a lot of time. Boxes didn't have to be moved 2 or 3 times, just once.
And one of our neighbors is like, hey, could you use some food? They always gave us strawberries because they have a beautiful garden. So we would always talk to them, and Dave and Emma, and we would, share food and conversation. And they asked us if we could get some food out. And we said, sure, yeah. It's always the work we always feed in the neighborhood anyway. I didn't know what they were talking about when they said, can you get some food out? I was like, yes. We came back in my little wagon. You see the food that's here now, you know what I mean? It's like, that's what we were bringing here by wagon in the beginning. We didn't know. They eventually set up with this girl to bring it to us with a car. And then it moved to a truck. And then Charlie brought the box truck. And now it's just like, where do we go from here?
I'm a child that's learning things all over again, all over in a different light, a light of generosity, a light of caring and selflessness and pursuance of unity, and just a lot different than what our society has kind of shaped me to be.
We're in the middle, and I take it personal. I feel it personal. When your friend relapses and I like what one of my friends out of Thurston said. He goes, I love it how Timothy's so passionate, but I can see just how he hurts too, because he's all in. And when you're all in, you need good friends. I'm an erred, flawed man in so many ways, and not. I mean, we can sit and talk about that all day long. I got issues. You want to subscribe? No, $59.99. I could go through it with anybody. I think that's what makes it so great, because it takes one to know one. You know what I mean? You can't understand someone if you ain't experiencing it. You hadn't experienced it, and if you can judge it and criticize it, remember again, it takes one to know one. You really can't play around with this stuff. You got to live it to the fullest. Whatever you do, this is temporary. This is people should be helping one another as much as they can here. They should be learning to love, otherwise places like heaven would not be that comfortable for them. You know what I mean? If they don't practice now, they're not going to make it, because they're not going to want to. Why would you want to be in a place that everyone's perfect except you? You're not going to feel comfortable. Why, if you haven't learned to love, to put up with people's stuff, to learn to get past it, knowing they're going to take from you, find your balance to be honest and open and loving to them, you're wasting your time here. Like Michael Jackson's song, if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make the change.